let's look at tonight's style. I've already done a little bit of hair prep. So if I was doing this for a bridesmaid, so really what I'm going to show you tonight is how to do a really quick updo. You could do a little bit of prep first of all, and the hair prep would be to put some mousse in the root, along the root of the hair, and some salt spray in the mid-lengths and ends, and blow dry the hair just to get a little bit of texture. And then once you've done that, you can create your height. So I've just kind of brought some little piecey sections of hair back here. You can loosen it a little bit more, depends how kind of piecey she wants it. And what I've done tonight, kind of, oh, it's very well secured. So I've secured the hair here just with a couple of bobby pins, but it is super secure. It's barely moving at all. So what I'm going to do is just spray these little piecey sections here. These ones are nice and separate, but I think we could just do with maybe just creating a little bit more pieciness here. Better. And you can use your product to do this. And I'm just using a little bit of spray wax. And this is a Creative Texture Spray Wax by Goldwell. Another little bit over here. That's it. You have to excuse me. It's very hot here tonight. So I'm just going to get a little tissue just because I'm super duper hot. That's better. It's very hot in London today, hot and humid and beautiful. I am definitely not complaining. Okay, so once you've done this for your lady, the next step, so you create your height first of all. Let's just go back a little step just in case you've just joined us. Tonight I'm creating a super quick style that you can use for a bridesmaid or a bride. But I've put some texture in the hair, so we've got a bit of mousse and some salt spray, blow dried the hair to get some volume and some texture. And then I've created our piecey little height here and secured the hair at the back with a bobby pin. Now I've already done a little bit of prep here for the purposes of the tutorial. We've got a few little curls in the hair, but to help us secure this style and make it quick, I'm using a little bit of padding. So let's get the padding on here. We already have our bobby pins there. It will help us to, it'll enable us to secure the padding to the hair. So I'm going to use a strong hairpin for this and use your kind of up and over technique. So you go into the padding and go behind the bobby pin that's there. Now I do need another couple of bobby pins underneath here. And then we'll be ready to create. Now the padding isn't essential, but it just makes your life easier. Because it just means you've got something to secure the hair to. That's it, go all the way around and get the padding really secure. And then I've curled the hair already. So what you'd do is you'd kind of just pick up your, if you were curling it as you would go along, you would pick up a section of hair. Let's do this bit first. Twist. You can curl if you want to, but it's not essential. But I do find sometimes getting a curl in it kind of shows you where the hair wants to go. See who's joining me tonight. Hi, Sharika. Thank you. And Carter, thank you for joining me. Good evening. Let me just, did I turn the hair? Thank you, Carter. I know when I created the top section here, I literally brought the hair back on the crown, pinched it together a little bit, loosened it a bit, and popped the bobby pins across. And now I'm going to pick up the sections of hair that I have curled a little bit, and I'm just going to prop them in position using a pin onto the padding. That's it. Then we'll come back and do the other side. And I'm going to use quite a big chunky section on this side. You could always play around a little bit. And actually, let me get rid of the end of that, first of all. Up and over and tuck that away. That's it. So have a little play with this style and decide if you like it better with big chunky sections like this one or the smaller ones, because it'll give a very different looking style depending on which kind of how big your sections of hair are that you bring back. Now I have curled these, but if you were super short of time, you could get away without curling them. You could just bring them back and twist. Let's just prop these in, that's better, into position. And we have the donut there, that little bit of padding to help us prop the hair in place. And it's really just, it's a super quick style. So it's great if you've got kind of, 3 or 4 bridesmaids. You can just keep twisting. Maybe I'll bring this bit back now. Find out if they want any little bits down at the front. This practice head the hair. We always have this same problem every week, don't we? Where we have, she's got kind of the hair at the front is just a little bit too long for these lovely styles. So bring that hair back, loosen. As you're going along, you can prop the hair up. See if I'm just going to check our questions again. Could you use heated rollers for hair prep? You could, however, you might find, you would certainly get root lift and volume, and if you use the heated rollers for hair prep, you might not get such a textured finish. So if your lady wants a smooth kind of glossy finish, the heated rollers would be fabulous because you'll get your root lift, you'll get the curve and the curl in the hair, but it might be hard to get the texture. But you certainly could. It would just give you a different finish. So instead of getting this very textured, kind of choppy kind of look to the hair, you'd get that lovely, smooth, sleek finish to the hair. So both work, both equally good. It just depends what your client prefers. Keep going, picking up your hair. Maybe deciding here which little bits you're going to have down and which little bits you're going to have back. She's got quite short hair. You might just be bringing it just to here. You might not get all the way across. And I think with that lady that I did the other day, we actually did a few twists of the hair. I did a lady with much shorter hair and she had kind of twists. I did some of these twists coming down into the hair this way. So it gave it a kind of choppy finish with lots of volume. Still using my props in the hair. And sometimes when you get a curl in the hair, so you can see this one here, it just kind of shows you where it wants to go. And I think it kind of wants to go up there. So it's a gorgeous style. The padding means that although it's quick, it is secure. That's it. Don't know if that's meant to be up or down, that little bit of hair. Down now. Maybe we'll sweep it down like that. That might look nice, actually. And we'll just keep going with our curls. It's a very lovely, loose, softly swept style, this one. If you're not sure where you want your hair to go, so we've still got some props in here. I'm not sure if you can see all this detail. When we do our live webinars, it's not easy to do to kind of show you close up, but we do have our online training where we do show everything close up and in detail. So if you feel you're missing something, then please join me on our online training course. If you're looking to, train to do bridal hair, or you want to start a new career, or maybe just improve your hairstyling skills. I think if that was propped up there, it would look lovely. And because we've got this padding here, it means you can create these gorgeous, soft, flowing looking styles quickly and easily. These are just our little props. I'm using the strong, straight hairpins just to prop the hair up in place, just while we decide exactly where we want everything to go. So if you think, you know what, I know I'm happy with the position of this one, you could always pop a bobby pin in. But if you're not sure, just use a prop until you're ready to make the final decision. But I do think as we're getting a little bit lower down here, we need to start thinking about what we want to do at the ends of the hair. So with this end here, I think we could just twist that under and use a bobby pin on there. And I'm going to use the bobby pins. Oops, let's pick one up. That's better. So I'll use the bobby pins on the hair, twist that in, and remember you've got that, find the donut, you've got the donut in there, that bit of padding. So have a little, you know, kind of weave around, find the padding and secure the hair. Now, it's almost a shame we've almost got the perfect style, but we've still got some hair left. So you can imagine you can do this on somebody that has actually quite short hair. Maybe we'll lift this up a little bit. So I'm looking in the mirror just below the camera there. So that's what I'm looking at here. And I always find it much easier to work with a and he said to work with a camera. It's much easier to work with a mirror when you're creating these styles. That's it. Let's lift this up to here, because it just gives you kind of a different kind of vantage point. So you can kind of see your style from a bit of a distance. I'll just check if we've got some more questions. Do you find your bride has ideas, or do you show them internet pictures? Usually, do you break the style down for you to create it in your head? Good question. So usually what I do is I ask my clients to have a think. When I book a trial run with them, I ask my clients to have a think about the kind of styles they might like, and to get maybe a Pinterest board together or just save some images of hairstyles that they like. Now, what I would suggest when you're first starting is you ask your bride to send you the photos of the styles that they like, so that then if you're still a little bit unsure about how to create the bridal hairstyles, then you've got time to have a think about it, to look at the different videos on our e-learning site, and to learn how to do the styles that your bride has asked for. Kind of brush up, do a little bit of revision. And then when you arrive, you've got an idea what you might be asked to do. What I usually do is I just ask them to show me the styles when I arrive. And usually the more practice you have, you can look at a style, you'll be able to learn how to look at a hairstyle and how to break it down step by step so that you can recreate that look for that person's hair. So yeah, I would recommend asking your clients to send photographs to you of styles that they like, rather than I don't think I would bother kind of looking through different styles to show them, because really it's what they feel comfortable with and what they like. It's almost like trying to choose somebody's wedding dress for them. We are there to advise and to help, but really they've got to kind of find a style that is theirs. And that's part of our job as well, is to kind of, when you meet somebody for the first time, you're kind of trying to get to know a little bit about them, get a feel for their wedding, the kind of their likes and dislikes. You know, maybe the things they don't like about themselves. If they hate their ears, then you've got to be aware of that when you create the style. And I'm just going to lose this little bit of hair here. So I always ask my brides what they would like. And then as I'm creating the style, don't be too rigid. You're not necessarily trying to recreate that style exactly. What you're trying to do is create a version of that style that suits your client. Lovely. Little twisty bit on top here to finish off. And I think we're almost there. What's that bit there? Let's get rid of that. She's got this lovely, softly swept updo. But you'd be surprised, the more hairstyles you create, let's get a bobby pin here, the more you'll be, and the more practice you get, the more you'll be able to look at a style. Sorry about that. The more you'll be able to look at a style and work out how to recreate it. That's it. Let's tuck that away. It's super secure, this style. What are we going to do with these little bits? I wonder if I can get that out. Oh, I don't think I can. I think she's well and truly secured in. Let me just see what's holding this bit of hair in. Excuse the fire engine. We live in the middle of London and there's always something happening. Let's just get this out. You really don't want to do this with somebody's hair. It's one thing doing it with a practice head. And if I could, you know what? I'm just going to pin it up there. That's it. Try and keep an eye. That's better. And let's maybe give her a few little bits down, but not too much. That'll do. Last bit here. Twist that around. And then we've still got our pins in there that are supporting the style. So we need to come back and look at those. And then the style is done. A super duper quick, twisted kind of bridesmaid style. And if you wanted more curls kind of here, then the way I curled the hair coming into the style here, you can curl it at the top coming down, creating your kind of little piecey sections. You could use straighteners, that would be super quick. I can't use the straighteners on this practice head because she's got so much product on there that they tend to stick a little bit, but you can certainly, I'm going to push those in to that padding, but you could certainly use tongs to curl the hair. And we've got our lovely kind of side sweeps here, side swept style almost, and a lovely low, gorgeous bun. So she's got a few more bits of hair down on this side, but I think I actually quite like it from this angle. We could put some little sparkly bits in there. A lot of my bridesmaids have kind of little sparkly bits, and remember, you've got the padding there to give you something to kind of secure the accessories into. So I hope you've enjoyed this super duper quick style tonight, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And if you want to find out more about bridal hair and want to learn properly how to create beautiful bridal hairstyles, then I can definitely recommend our online bridal hair course, where you can learn all about hair prep, braids, blow dry, everything basically, everything hairstyling. But thank you for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.